Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope we've had a good week, and I hope you will have a wonderful Shabbos. We will be away. A number of others probably are also traveling this weekend, wherever you will be here in Brookline, traveling with friends, family, or on vacation. I hope you have a wonderful Shabbos. This week's Erev Shabbos videos of our Torah is sponsored anonymously for the refuah shlema of Guta Pesach Bat Risa Elka. We want to thank the anonymous sponsor, and it should be a zechus for the refuah shlema of Guta Pesach Bat Risa Elka. And we join in the tefillas for her refuah shlema as quickly as possible. In the next group of videos of our Torahs, Erev Shabbos videos of our Torahs, I'd like to return to Shemona Esrei and focus on the last three brachos that finish off Shemona Esrei, Retzei, Modim, and Sim Shalom. The last three brachos that we recite in every Shemona Esrei, both during the week and on Shabbos as well. And we will think a little bit about the bracha of Retzei right now. We know that Retzei is one of the most ancient brachos of Shemona Esrei and existed before the entire Shemona Esrei of 18 or 19 brachos was set. The Kohanim would recite it in the Beis Hamikdash after offering the daily communal sacrifices, and of course it was a slightly different version than we have it today. At the time, the Kohanim would have either been praying for the sacrifice to be accepted, or maybe it was a blessing of praise, thanking God for the Beis Hamikdash, or perhaps davening for its protection. And after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, the bracha was transformed, and now it is a prayer, at least the conclusion, for the return, for God to return to Zion and for the rebuilding of the Beis Hamikdash, that we could once again perform the sacrificial order in the Beis Hamikdash. However, the bracha of Retzei is not just about the past, the Beis Hamikdash that was, or praying for the future, the rebuilding of it. It is very much about the present, today, and the moment when we are saying it in Shemona Esrei, and it is one of the most important brachos in all of Shemona Esrei. The bracha of Retzei is very similar to the previous bracha, at least during the week of Shema Koleinu. Retzei begins, Retzei Hashem Elokeinu b'amcha Yisrael b'tvilasam. Hashem, may you find favor, may you accept your people, the nation of Israel, and their prayers. It sounds very similar to the previous bracha, Shema Koleinu, Hashem Elokeinu, O God, listen to our voices. V'kabel barachamim v'arzonos tfilaseinu, and please with mercy, accept our prayers. So what is the difference between Shema Koleinu and Retzei? We notice that Shema Koleinu focuses on the prayers. V'kabel barachamim v'arzon es tefilaseinu, please accept baratzon, with favor, our prayers. The bracha of Retzei is focused not as much on prayers, but on us, who we are, our people. Retzei Hashem Elokeinu ba'amcha Yisrael ubitfilasam. Please, God, accept with favor, find favor in your people and their prayers. What is the difference? Shema Koleinu, in Shema Koleinu, we daven to Hashem that Hashem should accept our prayers, that everything we have davened for Shemona Esrei, Hashem should grant. Umilfanecha malkeinu rekam al teshivenu, do not send us back empty-handed. All those specific things that we were davening for, we're asking that Hashem should listen and consider them with mercy and give them to us, that our prayers should be answered, should be accepted, that we should hear the response of yes from God. Yes, I will give you whatever you are asking for. Retzei is about something else. Retzei is not asking Hashem to accept our prayers, to grant them, to give us what we want, but it is rather we're asking Hashem to accept us, to find favor in us, that our words, our prayers, when we open up our hearts, whether or not God will grant us what we're asking for, because maybe it's actually not even good for us, but that He should enjoy hearing our voices, that when we stand before Him, it should engender love from Hashem towards us and us towards Him. Retzei Hashem Elokeinu ba'amcha Yisrael. Please, Hashem, find favor in your people, in us. In Retzei, we remember that we daven not just to ask for specific things. That's what Shema Koleinu is about. Daven, of course, is an opportunity to ask for whatever we want to ask for, those things that are so important for us, that we're worried about, that we so desire, and we should. But in Retzei, we take a step back and we say, you know what, Hashem, even if you will not give me these things that I'm asking for, but Hashem, make sure that I know and that I feel that you love me. Please, Hashem, accept me. May I find favor in your eyes. That is why we daven. And we daven not just to ask for things. We daven to stand before Hashem, to feel His presence, to make sure that we know that He feels our presence. And when we're thinking of that, when we're trying to feel Hashem's presence, that is when we also daven for the most intense, complete revelation of His presence in the world. V'sachazana einenu v'shuvach al barachmim, and may our eyes see your return. We're not asking to be able to offer sacrifices. We're not asking specifically to serve Him or be able to fulfill certain mitzvahs. So we want to see you. We want to see your return. Baruch atah Hashem hamachazir shechinaso l'tzion. Hashem, may you return your presence. The bracha of Retzei is about presence, that there should be a meeting of favor, of love, of blessing between us and Hashem. The Kuzari writes that when we say these words, V'sachazena einenu, and may our eyes see your return, we try to imagine it with our own eyes now, that with our eyes closed, we imagine a Yerushalayim bustling, Erev Yantiv, people streaming into the old city in order to be there to see the festivities of Yantiv, of one of the Shalosh Regalim in Yerushalayim. And when we're imagining that, we're feeling Hashem's presence right now in this room, wherever we are davening. That is what Retzei is about. It's about davening, not about asking for specific things. It's about appearing before Hashem and knowing that Hashem finds favor in us, in our words, in our davening. And in that moment, we're supposed to feel Hashem's presence so strongly with so much love that Kuzari says that is why the next bracha is modim, is we bow. Because in Retzei, we feel Hashem, we are standing before Him, we feel this incredible connection, we are accepted by Hashem, not just we're asking for, but we ourselves, and in response, we bow. We say thank you to Hashem. Thank you to Hashem for this opportunity to daven to Him, to speak to Him, to stand before Him, to feel His loving acceptance of us. That is what Retzei is about. It is not about answering prayers. It is about accepting us, who we are, with love and favor. May all of our prayers be answered, all of the specific things that we're davening for, may they be answered. May Hashem be shomea b'kolenu. May He listen to our voices. May He say yes. May He grant our requests with mercy. But also, Retzei Hashem Elokeinu ba'amcha Yisrael ub'tfilasam. May Hashem find favor in us, in who we are. May we know that. May we feel that during davening and throughout our lives. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.